Hey you guys, this is Mr. Millings, and in this video I'm going to show you how to determine the state of matter of a substance at a given temperature. In an earlier video we talked about the four states of matter. We learned about solids and liquids and gases, and we talked a little bit about plasma. And in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to determine the state of matter that a substance is in at a given temperature. And sometimes that might be easier said than done. So if we take a look here, we have a table here of different substances. We have aluminum, we have carbon tetrachloride, we have chlorine, ethanol, lead, mercury, methane, etc., etc. And right here we see that we know the melting point and the boiling point of these substances in degrees Celsius. And so what we have to figure out in this example, it says right here, is in which state of matter is methane at negative 155 degrees Celsius. So sometimes it might be a little confusing just looking at the melting point and boiling point of these different substances, in this case methane. So what we can do here is we can make ourselves a little number line, right? So let's go ahead and make a little number line right here. And what we're going to do on this number line is we are first going to label the melting point of this substance, and then we know that the temperature of whatever substance we're talking about is going to increase as we go from left to right. And so we're going to go ahead and put the boiling point of the substance right here on our little number line. And so if we look at methane, we see that the melting point is negative 182 degrees Celsius, and we see that the boiling point is negative 161 degrees Celsius. And so 0 would be over here, and if we take a look over here, negative 200 would be somewhere over here. And so if we think about it, everything over here that leads up to the substance's melting point is going to be in what state of matter? Well, everything that leads up to the melting point. In other words, as we get warmer and warmer and warmer, leading up to this melting point right here, the substance is going to be in the solid state. It's going to be a solid from everything over here all the way up to negative 182, at which point it's going to turn into a liquid. So everything between the melting point and the boiling point here is going to be a liquid, at which point at negative 161 degrees Celsius the substance is going to boil. So everything beyond or past negative 161 degrees towards the positive direction on our number line is going to be a gas. So in this problem we have methane and it's at 155 degrees Celsius, and we need to determine what state of matter it is. So where is negative 155 degrees Celsius on this little number line? Well, negative 155 degrees Celsius is going to be somewhere right around here on our number line. Negative 155 degrees Celsius will be somewhere around here. So what state of matter is methane at a temperature of negative 155 degrees Celsius? It's going to be a gas. So that is how we can use a simple little number line and mark the melting point and boiling point of the substance to determine the state of matter that that substance is in. Let's take a look at another example. In this second example it says, in which state of matter is aluminum at 1200 degrees Celsius? So let's go ahead and find aluminum on our table right here. Here's aluminum right here. And the melting point of aluminum is 660 degrees Celsius, and its boiling point is 2327 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and place those values on this number line right here. We'll put the melting point right here. We'll put the boiling point right here. And it looks like our melting point of aluminum is 660 degrees Celsius. Our boiling point is 2327 degrees Celsius. So everything that is below this temperature right here, everything that is below the melting point is going to be a solid. And everything between the melting point and boiling point is going to be a liquid. And everything that is a temperature that is higher than the boiling point is going to be a solid. is going to be a gas. I apologize. Will be a gas right here. All right, so we have to figure out the state of matter of aluminum at 1200 degrees Celsius. So where is 1200 degrees on this number line right here? Well, 660 is right here. 2327 is going to be right here. So we're going to say that 1200 degrees is approximately right here on our number line. So we'll call 1200 right about here on our number line. So what state of matter is this aluminum at 1200 degrees Celsius? Well, this aluminum is going to be in the liquid stage, or liquid state, or liquid phase. Let's take a look at another example. And so before we begin this example, I recommend that you pause this video at this point and try one of these on your own. It says, in which state of matter is sodium at 30 degrees Celsius? So if we take a look at sodium here, we see that its melting point is 98 degrees Celsius and its boiling point is 885 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and make a number line, and let's go ahead and mark the melting point of sodium and the boiling point of sodium. And so the melting point is 98 degrees Celsius and the boiling point is 885 degrees Celsius. And so everything that is going to be cooler than 98 degrees Celsius, or everything that has a lower temperature than 98 degrees Celsius over here, is going to be a solid. So we'll go ahead and put solid right here. Everything that is in between the melting point and boiling point will be a liquid. And everything that has a temperature that is higher than the boiling point is going to be a gas. So in this problem right here, we need to figure out the state of matter of sodium at 30 degrees Celsius. So where is 30 degrees Celsius going to be on this number line right here? Well, 30 degrees Celsius will probably end up being right around here, 30 degrees Celsius. So what state of matter is sodium at 30 degrees Celsius? Well, it appears to be in the solid state, or the solid phase. Let's take a look at another example. In this example right here, it says, in which state of matter is oxygen at negative 160 degrees Celsius? So we have some oxygen here. We want to figure out what state of matter it is in at negative 160 degrees Celsius. So go ahead and pause this video at this point and try to figure this out on your own. And so if we take a look here, we have oxygen. And we know the melting point of oxygen is negative 219 degrees Celsius. We know its boiling point is negative 183 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and put those values on a number line here. So we have to figure out the melting point first, and then we'll put the boiling point right here on our number line, right? Since melting points are typically lower than boiling points. And so the melting point here is negative 219 degrees Celsius. The boiling point is negative 183 degrees Celsius. And so if we think about this, every temperature that is below negative 219 degrees Celsius, that is to say, every temperature that is below the melting point, will be in the solid state, right? The solid state. And every temperature that is between the melting point and boiling point here will be in the liquid state. And every temperature that is higher than negative 183 will be in the gaseous state, will be a gas right here. So we have to figure out, where is negative 160 on our number line right here? Well, we're dealing with negative numbers here, and so negative 160 will end up being right about here on our number line. And if you pause this and think about it, that should make sense. We're approaching 0 as we go this way on our number line. So negative 160 is bigger than negative 180, so it's a little bit to the right of our boiling point. So what state of matter is oxygen at negative 160 degrees Celsius? Well, it appears to be a gas at negative 160 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at another example. In this example, it says, in which state of matter is carbon tetrachloride at negative 20 degrees Celsius? So we have carbon tetrachloride at negative 20 degrees Celsius, and we need to figure out the state of matter that this is in. So I recommend, once again, you pause the video at this point and try to figure this out yourself before I explain it. And so if we take a look here, we have carbon tetrachloride, which is right here on our table. And we know the melting point is negative 23 degrees Celsius, and we know its boiling point is 77 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and make a little number line and mark our melting point and mark our boiling point. The melting point, it tells us in the table, is negative 23 degrees Celsius. The boiling point is 77 degrees Celsius. And so this one can get a little tricky. If we take a look closely, this substance, carbon tetrachloride, is going to melt at negative 23 degrees Celsius. So everything from negative 24 or negative 23.1 this way, so negative 24, negative 25, and so on, is going to be a solid. So everything that is a colder temperature than this will be a solid. And then everything that is between the melting point and the boiling point here will be a liquid. And now everything that is beyond 77 degrees Celsius, or everything that has a higher temperature than 77 degrees Celsius, will end up being a gas right here. And so what we have to determine on this number line is where is negative 20 degrees Celsius. So negative 20 degrees Celsius is actually going to be right around here on our little number line. And if you think about it, that should make sense. If we move to the left, then we're going to end up with negative 24, negative 25, and if we move to the right, we're going to end up with negative 22, then negative 21, and then negative 20 right here. So what state of matter is carbon tetrachloride at a temperature of negative 20 degrees Celsius? Well, it looks like it's going to be in the liquid state. So that's how we can use a table of melting points and boiling points of different substances to determine the state of matter that those substances are in. And if you like what you see, go ahead and click that little bomb in the bottom right hand corner, and that will subscribe you to my channel. And feel free to leave any comments or questions in the comment section down below. And I really hope you guys found this helpful.